I'm curious as to how, like as we said, the bootstrapping, when you were getting it out the mud at the beginning, how did you kind of balance juggling all of those roles and editing the video and then negotiating the deal? Because I feel like we're still kind of in that period and it's not fun. So yeah, like how did you hustle and keep yourself going until you got to the point where you can just be on autopilot?
Yeah, I think that point is necessary, right? Like if I hadn't have gone through I think I was on my own for the first year and a half of me being online. Like nobody was there. It was all entirely me. And I just got really lucky when I hit about 12,000 subscribers or 15,000 subscribers. That's when I got my management team. So from a very early stage, I was able to kind of let go of a lot of stuff, which was great. But that's not always the case, right? You could be on 100,000, 50,000 and still be doing it all yourself. But that first year and a half taught me so much about the business structure, what's needed, because then when you're hiring, you know exactly what you're paying for. So I think me editing, and I still edit a lot of my own stuff now, but the bigger stuff I'll leave it to the team because it's going to take a lot of hours. And if you watch Ali Abdaal, he's like, work out like how much your time is worth by the hour. And if it doesn't make sense, you spending 12 hours editing a video and you could pay someone to do that and then you could go make way more in that hour, why would you, right? So like that's my operation system now. I'm like, how long will it take me to do? And could I be using that 30 minutes to like execute a deal that could then bring in more? So but me editing at the beginning taught me like the flow, the style, how to connect with people. So now when I'm doing anything, I know what moment we need to capture. I know the way you think when you know what's going on behind the scenes is important. The same way, like if you work at McDonald's, you can't just start as the CEO or as the managing director without knowing how long it takes to fry the fry. Because when you're writing things down and making theoretical plans, there's no practical behind it. So I loved it. I mean, I learned so much from talking to brands and having to say what you want and need, and they're like, we're only going to pay you this much, and you're like, no, and you're doing that back and forth. Now you couldn't pay me to do it. You could not pay me to do my own negotiations. I won't do it, but I'm glad I spent the year and a half doing it, because if my manager comes up to me and says something, I'm like, well, did you say this? Did you try this? Like, I know what it takes, and I know what 5 hours of my manager's time should be spent doing because I did it. I know. So but I also think that delegation is key. It's the best thing anyone in this space can learn, especially if you're building something. If someone's like, I want to help, even if they want to volunteer their time, like collaboration is key. And at Empowered by V, we're all volunteers. Like none of us are hired or anything like that. And that's a beautiful system. Over here, everyone's hired. Beautiful system. It all just works. And I think the bootstrapping moments teach you how to lead, because you've been in the shoes of the people that you're hiring and what you're asking them to do. You can never ask someone to do something that you wouldn't do or couldn't do or understand, at least vaguely, you know? Like if I'm going to request something from my team, I need to at least have a rough understanding. They are the expert now and they're better at it than me, but I still need to be able to say, if everyone leaves today, can I still at least hold this down somehow?
Have you ever read the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell? We're literally breaking down like a lot of like core like well-established leadership principles. So it's really interesting that like you don't strike me as someone that intentionally reads about the discipline of leadership, but just from listening to you, like you clearly picked it up just naturally and through the trenches. So it's like, it's incredible. Like literally the phrase you said about like not asking people to do something that you wouldn't or couldn't do yourself, like that's literally like almost a verbatim quote from the book.
Whoa.
And that's like the seminal book on leadership. So it's
you know what it is, Tony? I'm really smart.
Yeah, we know. We know.
I'm really, really smart. And I think a lot of people, it goes over their head because I'm super smiley and it's all like fairyland and stuff, right? But it's like, no, there's a method to my madness, always. And I just think, if you've got a team and they don't trust you, they don't feel like they can confide in you, they don't feel like they understand the mission, they don't feel like they know why they're doing what they're doing, and you're just not leading well, you're going to be micromanaging for the rest of your life. And I need my team to understand what's going on. I need them to know that they're valued. I need them to know that I would do what you're doing, but I know that my best use is elsewhere. And it's kind of like having this, I don't know, like a water bottle factory or something. And I could obviously go and do the postage and packaging for the bottles, but I know that someone else does it I could be over there talking to another company so they can invest in us. And like, everyone should know what they're doing and why it's contributing to this huge machine. And if you fail to inspire and empower your team members, the system falls apart. I need the person in posting and packaging to be like, I gotta get this package out, because that's how we'll win an award for being the best business of the year. Everyone knows that they're adding to this bigger picture.
It's amazing. Like San Francisco 49ers, like arguably, like,
don't know what that means.
Yeah, so basically, they're an NFL team, and like back in the day, they were like arguably one of the greatest sporting franchises ever. And the coach's first name is Bill. I don't remember his surname. But like, again, OG, like amazing leader of the coach, and he basically had this like thing where if someone drops the ball in the team, like in a practice, like everybody gets punished, because like it's basically removing like star mentality. And if somebody like scores, like they're not allowed to celebrate by themselves. Everyone has to celebrate together. Like, and it's like a dope thing where, as you said, like when you win an award, when you get your Diana Award, or where you get another feature, there's so many people in the ecosystem that have contributed to that success.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like that's why so many people mobilize behind me, is because, like, if you've noticed, Instagram captions going all the way back to like 2020, 2019, whatever, it's always we. Like, I talk in third person a lot, because it's like, it's never just you. It really is never just you, especially in the space and world that I'm in. If I get something, I'm celebrating because my audience have contributed, my team have contributed. Like, it's not just me standing there. Yes, you might end up seeing me because, like, you know, it's like a brand thing, and like, you might be the face of it, but what's holding you up behind the scenes? That's family, that's my audience, that's my team, that's my volunteers, that's the people I meet, the energy I'm drawing from. So ever having that like I mentality, I just think it's like the quickest way for losing in the game, because it's never just you. It's never just you. I go to sleep peacefully at night because I know Anais is handling my calendar. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I'm going to wake up on time, or I'm going to be on that place at time because she's given me the address, what time to leave. Like, she's on it. And if I'm standing there being like, hey, it's all me, it's a lie. So yeah, I like that. No star mentality.